myth of boxing.
All right, well, that will be in our main event tonight. Paul Spadafora and Victoriano Sosa coming up in the main event. Round number 2 underway between Frank Houghtaling and Kevin Collins. This is a 4-round welterweight bout for you. Also coming up tonight on the card, we will have a 10-round bout between Jose Rivera and Robert Frazier. We're going to take a look at some punch numbers in round number 1 as compiled by CompuBox, and you see Houghtaling busier, Collins with a little bit better connect percentage, but I would think that Houghtaling landed the more effective blows.
Again, you can see the style that Houghtaling is incorporating. Every time Collins starts to get in, he tries to get off and then get out. Right now he's tying up. This is definitely where Collins should be going to the body when he gets Houghtaling on the ropes like that. You know the man's going to move his head. Right now he's holding behind the head a little bit, Collins.
Bob Canobio and Joe Carnicelli at the control pad of CompuBox tonight.
You see right now the way the styles of the fights is going. Collins pressing it all the time. Now if this was a longer fight, I'd say, hey, that's probably going to bear some fruits for him. It's only 4 rounds. The guy who's just getting off and moving might get a little edge. And that would be Houghtaling. Although he's slowed down a bit this round. He's done more grabbing this round and moving than he's done punching. Last round he was punching and moving.
Houghtaling found a home for that left hook in the last half of the first round.
Because Houghtaling has changed his corner. He has Kevin Rooney now, the former trainer of Tyson in his corner. He used to have Rooney years ago in the amateurs, and then went away from him for some of his pro career.
We've seen Kevin before in the corner of Vinny Pazienza, who we've had on numerous times in the last 2 years. Good counter left on the inside by Houghtaling, and an uppercut might have hurt Collins there, Teddy.
Yeah, it was a good punch because he had Collins leaning on him, leaning forward a little bit. Good choice of punches. Gotta choose the right punches to throw at the right time. That's part of what this business is about.
I'd say through the balance of the first 2 rounds of this fight, although Collins may have landed more punches, I would think Houghtaling has landed the more effective shots.
6 pair men's cotton tube socks, 1/2 dozen eggs, 1 Miller High Life 6-pack. If you're new to the shopping chores, remember, good things come in 6s.
There are 2 kinds of drivers in this world. Those who've had a flat tire, and those who will. That's why there's Fix-A-Flat. Spare yourself.
Friday Night Fights on ESPN2 is presented by Miller High Life and in part by Fix-A-Flat. Spare yourself. Get Fix-A-Flat. And by Restore, manufacturers on innovative automotive products. We're at the Turning Stone Casino in Verona, New York. Glad you can join us for Friday Night Fights on ESPN2. Just a stone's throw away from the International Boxing Hall of Fame in Canastota, New York. And tonight we have a good one in the main event. We'll get a look at the IBF lightweight champion of the world, Paul Spadafora. Right now, Frank Houghtaling and Kevin Collins underway in round number 3. This is a 4-round welterweight bout for you. Neither man very effective with their jabs so far. 61 jabs have been thrown in the first 2 rounds. Only 6 have been landed total.
Right now, the styles are really suiting up. Definitely favor, at least in my opinion, Houghtaling in a short fight. He's got a little bit of faster hands. He's a little bit busier. Even though Collins is the one pressing the fight like a pro-style fighter. The only problem is that he's only got 4 rounds. He could be out-hustled. Right now, I believe he's being out-hustled a little bit by Houghtaling. But he has been knocked out, Houghtaling, so this fight can change, can turn. There's he is a guy that's shown us that he can hit the canvas. 3 times he's been stopped in his career. Collins hasn't shown a lot of power in his career. There's 2 knockouts.
In his last 2 fights. 2 trainers, Kevin Rooney and Pete Brodsky, at the weigh-in had a war of words yesterday about weight.
As Houghtaling came in heavy, he's 152 pounds in this fight against Collins, who's 147 pounds. The funny thing is, he's not fighting like the bigger guy. He's fighting like the smaller guy, fighting on the outside. Smaller man, Kevin Collins, is looking to get inside. He's getting picked up a little bit.
Swelling under the left eye of Houghtaling.
This is where Collins has to really make some work. He worked to get inside. He's been having a problem on the outside. When he gets in there, he's got to make the most of it. He has to stay there as long as he can. He should jab on his way in, Collins, so he doesn't get picked off coming in like that. Simple fight here. Houghtaling using his legs a little bit quicker hands, a little bit busier. When he's at a distance, he tries to get off, either tie up or get out. Houghtaling wants to stay in the center of that ring. You can see Collins is trying to maneuver him to a rope. Collins' problem, the big advantage here or disadvantage, is Collins needs to be set to punch. Houghtaling doesn't, Bob.
Houghtaling in control through 3 rounds.
Inside every car's engine, friction and wear cut scratches in metal surfaces, causing compression and
federal funds get spent. This is your future. Don't leave it blank.
Welcome back to the Turner Casino. First trip here. Lovely facility in Verona, New York. Bob Papa along with Teddy Atlas and Frank Houghtaling in the red, white, and blue, and Kevin Collins underway. 4th and final round. No knockdowns so far in the fight. Houghtaling has landed the cleaner, more accurate punches, the bigger punches. Take a look at the total punch numbers through the 3 rounds. You see that Houghtaling has been busier. He's landed more. They have the same connect percentage.
Tough task in hand, I believe, at least. For Collins in the last round here, he's got to catch up. He's not going to catch up when he gets inside and he doesn't go to the body with a guy who's been moving his head a little bit. Collins is coming in. Houghtaling's looking to pick him off and then not get trapped. So this is where Collins should use that uppercut after the body. He's got Houghtaling leaning forward just a little bit, but what he shouldn't do, Collins said, is allow himself to be tied up. Where Collins must keep his hands free. Rotate those shoulders and keep working. Create something. It's tough when you're behind, you know. It's the last round like this. You're taking all the chances. Collins taking all the chances coming in, Bob. And Houghtaling's able to lay back and just pick him off like that. See? Houghtaling's just looking to pick him off. Sharpshoot him a little bit. And then play a little defense. Houghtaling likes to lean forward a little bit after something comes at him on the ropes. Collins should finish with that uppercut, like I said before. He's got about a minute to do it. See, this is where Collins should take a little step back and throw something. Allow Houghtaling inside to lean forward a little bit. Bring him into a punch. Like right there, you see him leaning forward? That's where Collins should time an uppercut. He's at the point now where he's going to have to try to place a punch. At least on my scorecard. When he starts to get close, he should feint something. Let Houghtaling fall into an uppercut and look to time him coming in. Watch how Houghtaling will stop and punch every time Collins starts to come in. That's where Collins should be ready to time him coming in. Watch, Houghtaling will move and then stop and punch.
But credit Houghtaling for allowing the action to be dictated by his terms.
This will be the last chance he'll have to time him. Collins has to try to time him coming in. He tried with the right hand.
Houghtaling doubles up with that left hand. There's the bell to end it. 4 rounds complete. It was only a 4-rounder between Frank Houghtaling and Kevin Collins. The third time that these two have met, with each winning once. We'll find out who wins the rubber match when we return after this timeout on Friday Night Fights.
Tailors everywhere. If it isn't green, it isn't slime.
See, Frank Houghtaling outlanded Kevin Collins 64-41. Houghtaling threw 271 punches, Collins 204. Teddy Atlas's scorecard after the 4 rounds, you gave the last round even, 40-37. I had 40-36 Houghtaling. Here's our ring announcer for tonight, Mark Biro.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have a unanimous decision. Judge Frank Adams scores the bout 39-37. And judges Don Ackerman and Tom Hicks both see it 40-36. All to the winner by unanimous decision, Frank Houghtaling.
So Frank Houghtaling gets his 7th win in a row with a unanimous decision against Kevin Collins here tonight. Still to come, Jose Rivera and Robert Frazier in a 10-round junior middleweight bout. And our main event, Paul Spadafora against Victoriano Sosa. But first we check in with Brian and Max.
Bob, thank you very much. And the winner there, trained by Nadia Houghtaling and Kevin Rooney, spent many days with them. Yes, a female trainer and an outstanding trainer as well. Nadia, also Teddy Atlas, of course, coming out of Catskill as well. Now time for our classic KO, my man.
NBA, which fan?